Hey everyone, Jay Super Awesome here, and welcome to week 3 of the Horror Man Slashback Challenge. This week's theme was remake slasher, and you may be wondering to yourself, Jay, why are you wearing those ridiculous looking sunglasses inside the house? Well, I'll tell you, these are my magic glasses. Okay, so my week 3 slashback challenge for a remake slasher is going to be for My Bloody Valentine. It was released in 2009 in theaters in 3D, and that's where I got my 3D glasses from. After the movie was over and I was walking out, people were discarding their glasses into the recycling bins, but that never crossed my mind because after all, I just watched My Bloody Valentine movie in a theater, and I thought that might never happen again. And so far, I've been correct. So I wanted to keep my glasses. So we got no sequels to this. We got no sequels to the original one, and to me, that's just really disappointing. So to clear things up about the glasses, they don't work for the home release, but this release did come with 4 pairs of 3D paper glasses. The first time I watched this one, I bought it in 2009 when it was released. I watched it in 3D with the paper glasses, and if my memory is correct, it took me about halfway through the movie before I started picking up the 3D images. So after watching it the first time, from there on, I have chose to enjoy the movie in 2D instead. And so this week I watched it in 2D, just like I always do. And so let's get into the plot of this movie. The town of Harmony would like to forget its horrific past. 10 years ago, after a tragic mining accident, Harry Warden awoke from his coma on Valentine's Day and brutally murdered 22 people with a pickaxe before being killed himself. Now, after years of peace, there's a killer on the loose, again wearing a miner's mask and brandishing a pickaxe. Has Harry Warden returned from the dead? Okay, so my thoughts on this movie. I've always really enjoyed this movie. Um, the addition of Tom Atkins to the cast to me, was just a home run. He was one of my favorite actors from the 70s and the 80s, starring in roles such as The Fog, Halloween 3, Creepshow, and Night of the Creeps. And yes, his performance in this did thrill me. So the rest of the cast, they did an okay job, but I think the main focus of this movie was the kills and the kills in 3D, adding those 3D effects. They were actually really top notch. There's really good kills. I think this movie, it may be debatable for some people, but I think this movie possibly has better kills than the original. But to me, that's the only thing that I would consider to be better than the original. Because one of the problems I have with this one is it doesn't really stick to the Valentine theme as much as the original. The original, it's like in the 80s when you got one of the calendar holidays, such as Valentine's, like we're talking about, or Halloween, or Friday the 13th, or April Fool's Day, or something like that. They really played to the theme of that holiday or that date. And this movie didn't really do that. It's kind of like they had the name in their back pocket, and they didn't really focus on the Valentine's theme as much as they focused on the kills. There's a couple of scenes with heart-shaped boxes with candy and severed hearts inside of them, and that's a direct throwback to the original, which is really cool. But in the original, they had a Valentine's dance that was being canceled, and it meant so much to the cast of characters that they relocated to the mines, and we had couples dancing, and there's not a lot of feeling that this is on Valentine's Day. As a matter of fact, I think the movie kind of refers to it as leading up to Valentine's Day. So maybe that's why. But, you know, there's one other scene that I can recall where some Valentine's candy is being exchanged. But it's not, this story is not played to as strongly for the Valentine's theme as the original one. And that's my thoughts on that. Um, the last thing I could really say about the movie is it has one of the best killers, one of the best slasher killers of all time, in my opinion. Uh, the miner, the miner suit with the miner's mask and the pickaxe kills have always been really cool. I've always really enjoyed the look of this slasher, and it's always been one of my favorites. So overall, this movie does pay pretty good respect to the original, and I enjoy it. So if I have to give it a rating, I'm going to give it a 7.5. Overall, thought it was very fun. It was very solid. So that's all I got to say for this one. Please like, leave comments, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about it. Thanks for watching.